Yeah, so me I hear about reparation in America for a good while now. But you know, Foundation Black America. They do a lot of chatting. Yeah, enough chatting. But me come across Caribbean people talking about it. We came across Mexican people in California talking about it, or descent from Spanish. Say it's not fair that government gonna take money out of the immigrants. Tax people pay us money to give few thousand black Americans who send them a foundation and whoever who's following that foolish trend. Yeah? Why I say it's foolish because if you're gonna allow your government to take money from a specific people, then that's racism. That's bias, that's unjust, and that's not fair. But the way them so desperate feed, they wouldn't care. Long as they get some money and they say, oh, that's slavery, it's okay. But like they say now, promise is comfort to a fool. We hear that long time. And the 40-acre land that was promised by a general with nothing on paper, we're going to give 40 acres of mule called Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln won the war. But Abraham Lincoln didn't sign the paper. So I don't know if he came from him or he came from the Confederate or whatever. But it was in paper. January 6th, I think, 1865. Abraham Lincoln got killed April. And the Jackson come in, run off the blacks after the land, and put back the Confederate, the white supremacist people, or the racist people. And so when we come across Tariq Nasheed on TikTok, compare Jamaica Maroons, like I said, Jamaica Maroons solo because they signed deals with white people, the white colonizers, and in America, black didn't sign no deal. The Jamaica Maroons were rebellious. So the white man came, gave them a deal. Okay, this your land. So they became indignant on that land because nobody was up there. And they signed a deal that the British came to them and gave them. I don't read no history that the Maroons offered the British a treaty. The British offered them a treaty to continue with plantation owning things, make money, and there's a lot of slave people was working with the white man. And what you Americans call house niggas. So they got a deal, they got a land to this day. What do Foundation Black America got? You have no land. Even the Indians got land. You don't have no land. And when the 40-acre of mule dispute, when Andrew Jackson said, your answer, we're not going to get it. They didn't rebel. Not one white person got killed. Nothing. So when you talk about black Americans were always resistant. 40-acre land, and today 25, you're still using it in America. Some of you still got your mind on it. Still desperate for a 40-acre of mule. 40-acre, even Spike Lee named his production 40-acre on a mule. So you telling me now, Tariq Nasheed, how resistance your ancestors when you give land where they said the president agreed to? Yeah, there's no revolt, there's no uprising. You people was never no uprising to the white men to consider to give your ancestors a deal. That was impossible because the law, they look at you as subhuman. So to go to some black people to a deal, that's not the white man mentality. Blonde hair, blue-eyed man. You want to talk about history, Mr. American. But anyway, back to the reparation money talk. Yeah. Promise comfort to a fool. Yeah, so some of you still up there talking about 40-acre and mule. Yeah, but him said Lineage. Watch him now. When him stand up in the auditorium, he talk about Lineage and like he don't want nobody else to get not even a bit out of those numbers that them say gonna get. I don't know. I'm gonna really research it. Who care about that American there? So if you talk about Lineage now, they're not looking to deeply now, amplify it. Then it's only fair that the slave master children, they're the ones who give you money from their pockets, from their checks and balance, on their money, by their benefited. Not Caribbean people, North American people, Asian people, African people, because the white man is so tricky according to Malcolm X and like Mohammed.
So when they change the race?
Yeah, so the white man will trick you people, Americans, and take money from Asian people, Jamaican people, Caribbean people, South America, African people, just to deceive you and please you. No hot bread. Just to please and deceive you, and you will take it and think you were judged. In fact, the white man was so tricky, he would take money from rich black people to give you black people. Foundation Black America, and you think you got some justice. Hang on, y'all know so much history and you're still up here. Still lame. Still fucking lame, but that's your country now. You do what you do. You just didn't like the talk when you talk about Jamaica. And then after Hurricane, Melissa, you come with jokes. You know, chat. So, what you did above, Foundation Black American Hip Hop, I give you the respect for that. You know? Not going to shame about the American hip hop is American culture. I agreed upon that. I used to live in Mount Vernon, New York, you know. Roam Mount Vernon, roam the Bronx, so you know? Yeah, but it was still a Jamaican came up there, became the final piece of the blood clot puzzle. Yeah, cooler Jamaican. It was for him looping the break beats, what we call instrumental rhythm. Made your American realize this is what you could put rapping on. Hip, hop, and whatever how it started. Yeah, but he was a key to a puzzle. Immigrants. Yeah, he putting up an immigrant. No different. Einstein was an immigrant. Yeah, scientist of the world. He was an immigrant, wasn't born in America. So immigrants contributed in many ways, but you, some other people, you think it's all about y'all. And still begging, 2025, you probably still begging up there about some 40 acre of blood clot mule. But that's your country, American. Jamaica, me there.